So let's say what it is, as it is. Only the Saudis could support Canelo fighting William Skull. No other promotional company in this landscape would not allow this. Canelo is loving his deal with the Saudis. Remember, him and Turki Al-Sheikh shared some words across social media platforms just about a year ago. And now Canelo has bent the knee. I'm not knocking it. Get your money while it's out there. And I'm telling all these boxers who, when they turn their noses up, y'all better get that money. But here's the thing. The selling point is Canelo fights William Skull, beats William Skull, would he be the first undisputed champion, two-time undisputed champion in the same division? I know he would be the first in the four-belt era. And then he will go on to fight Terence Crawford, possibly on Netflix in September. And the winner of that would go on to lead the new boxing promotional monster that's about to enter the sport, TKO, financed by the Saudis, ran by Dana White, and the TKO group Endeavor. I believe they're about to change that name. So TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Canelo's going to beat up William Skull. I covered William Skull's last fight against Vladimir Shishkin. The video's on my channel. Dreadful fighter. Nothing there that I've seen that makes me even think that he has any type of threat. And remember, as you can see, he's 23-0 with 9 KOs. 9 KOs. He don't have nothing to keep Canelo off of him. He don't even have the, from what I've seen in his last fight, this was in October of last year, he don't even have, he's not going to have the stamina, endurance to be able to keep Canelo off of him. I'm expecting knockout before 6. You know, who knows? Canelo might go out and get him out of there early. Go on to be undisputed. Go on to fight Terence Crawford. Big question mark right there because Terence Crawford is special. I'm not counting. I'll tell you right now. I'm not counting out Terence Crawford. I'm not counting him out. That's the selling point. Terence Crawford is a special fighter, especially if Terence Crawford can keep it moving. You do not want to exchange with Canelo. Well, let me say this. I've said it before in previous videos. Canelo is the 168-pound champion. And this is not knocking, I can't stand when people try to bring in the race factor. Oh, well, you're black and all that. That shit's old, Go ahead, your free speech. You can say what you want. And by the way, I identified as Chicano. My bad. I had a phone call. I guess that's the beauty about doing my videos live in real time. I hate editing. So where did I leave off? I forgot. Well, I'll just go back and start over. So listen, Canelo followed the money. And it's a lot of money there. He's pretty much given the keys to fight whoever he want to fight. I mean, obviously, they want to deliver the Crawford fight, but he probably like, fuck it, they're offering too much money. Now, I understand where boxing fans have a right, other boxers have a right to be upset because he could have fought William Skull when he was the mandatory. He dropped the belt. William Skull fought for it. Now he's fighting him. That's the Saudis' influence. Matchroom, they wouldn't have had the money to put together a Canelo versus Skull because who was William Skull? Nobody that we know of. And this is no, when I talk this way, this is not me disrespecting these fighters. Nobody knows who he is. He looks like a New Yorker, but he's a German Cuban. You know how that happens. Look at his resume. Look at it. Look at it. So it's to be two-time undisputed. That's the selling point. And it's even worse that he won't fight David Benavidez. Now, let me go ahead and say, I do not think that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of David Benavidez. I think he's afraid for his career. Let me say it this way. If this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe he would have fought David Benavidez. Maybe. But right now, at the latter end of his career, he don't want those problems. It's not that I don't think he can beat David Benavidez, that he probably think he can't beat him. It's just that that's a lot of work. Because for one, think about the political landscape and the buildup for that fight, and how it would be perceived if Canelo, if you hear, okay, boom, Canelo is in talk. Let's just say, let's just follow it. Follow me. Canelo's in talks to fight David Benavidez. People like, oh, sides have agreed to terms. You know how we hear that shit? Oh, but we haven't seen a press release, any ticket sales, no press tour, but both fighters are quiet. Oh, then you have a press conference. It's announced. It's the official press tour. Boom. LA, New York, probably Mexico. Then news and details start creeping out. Oh, well, how'd the fight come into play? Well, fighting Canelo, I can't come into the ring no more than 180 pounds. Titles are at 168. What are they going to do to Canelo? He's going to get crucified on social media because they're like, oh, another weight drainer. He drained him. But here's the thing. Canelo's in the division. It's like, if you're going to be champion, you got to fight these guys in the division, big or small, no matter what they rehydrate to. That's the sport. I don't knock fighters. Here's the thing. If a fighter signs a contract for a rehydration clause, that's their fault. If Canelo brings you a contract that says, hey, I want you to fight at that weight, that's their fault. Canelo did it for Floyd. Remember, Canelo was running his mouth saying he would fight Floyd at a catch weight and all this type of stuff. Canelo team was. And then guess what they did? Okay, bet. 152. 152. Directly after that, he made his own weight division. He made Canelo weight 155. It was unofficial, but he had his own weight division. Let's see, how many fights was that for Canelo? Canelo weight. And then he made a new division for one fight. 164.5 was the catch weight he fought Julio Cesar Chavez. I don't even know, Junior. I don't even know what is that? Super Canelo light middle. Anyway, so let me go show you. All right, boom. Mayweather. 152. Now, for those who remember or don't, let me tell you how Canelo weight started. He couldn't make the 154 for Alfredo Angulo. He was having issues during fight week. I remember it like it was yesterday. He was having issues during fight week. So they renegotiated the contract. And then Canelo weight was formed. Erislandy Lara, Canelo weight. James Kirkland, Canelo weight. Miguel Cotto for the 160-pound title, by the way. Canelo weight. Amir Carnival. My Lord, I still see him splattered on the canvas. Canelo weight. Liam Smith, guess what? He had to get butt-ass naked, cinnamon stick all out to make that 154. Because you know why? Golovkin was on his ass. So remember, his team was like, nah, he not 160. He ain't that big and all that type of stuff. They went from Canelo weight. He got butt-ass naked on the scale to not fight Golovkin at that time. By that time, Miguel Cotto had threw the belt in the trash. Didn't he burn the WBC for like 800,000? Something happened there. Then after Liam Smith, when he had to get butt ass naked, he made the new weight, 164.5, when both fighters weighed in at 164. That is that light, super middle Canelo weight, or would you call that super Canelo weight? Whatever the case may be, then finally fights Golovkin at 160. But if you look at his run at 168 pounds, Rocky Fielding, that put it this way, it was a lot of questions around that, but that worked out for him. Body shots, boom, broke him down. So he was like, okay, I can fight at 168. The real test at that time at 168 was Callum Smith. He went back down, fought Danny Jacobs. Sergey Kovalev was going through a lot of shit, winning the fight for the most part off the jab, but his belly was full of vodka. What I'm saying is, and listen, Canelo's team has been very good, being an opportunist or these opportunistic fights. He went up to 175, fought Kovalev. Kovalev was long in the tooth, going through some shit, had an open domestic dispute, the violence case. He needed the money. Go ahead, punched him right in his vodka belly. Callum Smith got his arm beat up. That was a very impressive win. I was really impressed with Canelo. I count that. Not saying I don't count the other ones. Danny Jacobs was a really good win. Callum Smith was a really good win. Just to see Canelo at 175 against Kovalev, you got to give credit there. Then he fights Avni Yildirim. Now, funny enough, This is around the time David Benavidez had lost his belt. Was this when he lost his belt on the scales or to the coquina, to the nose clams? Either way, Avner Yildirim went to a barbecue and met up with the WBC. No bullshit. And he became the WBC mandatory. Fought him. Billy Joe Saunders was really interested in this fight. Very impressive win. Canelo beat him up, broke his face. We haven't seen him since. And he fat as shit now, from my understanding. Caleb Plant, I'm sorry. I like Caleb Plant now, but back during this time, I was never high on him because his biggest win was Jose Uzcategui, and people said he was a boogeyman. I never seen him as a boogeyman. I seen him get beat up by Max Korobov. Then, this is a fight where I have a big regret. I don't gamble. I don't play cards. I don't shoot no dice. I don't play spades. I don't play poker. Well, Red Dead Online 2. I mean, Red Dead 2, I did play poker in there. But basically, I don't gamble. I wish I would have betted on this fight. I said, yo, Bivol gonna beat him. Canelo ain't gonna beat him. He's a bridge too far. Goes down, beats up on Golovkin. Clean, convincing victory of all 3 fights. John Ryder. Jamel Charlo moving all the way up in weight. Jaime Munguia solid. So listen, I count these wins though, because I guess what I'm saying is Canelo, in my opinion, is a 160 pounder masquerading at 168. It's just that he don't have to cut weight. Canelo's a 160 pounder. And with the way the division was set up, outside of David Benavidez, he danced around. Will he ever fight David Benavidez? I don't know. I don't think so, man. You know, even if, you know, I don't see it. I see him fighting Bivol again, you know, or Beterbiev before I see him fighting David Benavidez. And that's crazy because, listen, Beterbiev, he's getting old. He's 40 now, you know. One day that 40 going to show up, and he's injury prone too. That's going to show up quick, like lightning quick. And now William Skull. So I think Canelo's at this point in his career where he's going to go after the money. If I was to bet, I would say he's going to fight Skull, Crawford, Jake Paul, or between Jake Paul, Beterbiev, or Bivol. Let me go look at the 168-pound division. Or Beterbiev. Let's see. Where's my rankings? By the way, please take your time out, like the video, and subscribe, as I've been explaining in all my videos. Getting back on the saddle, so excuse me if I'm putting out. As you can see, I'm putting out more content. You can always find me on Saturday nights. This weekend I was busy, but for the most part, Saturday nights, boxing live, you know, you're going to have me here 90% of those Saturday nights. So how YouTube works is, since my activity has been abysmal, they smack me back down the algorithm. So I got to keep pumping out content to feed the matrix for them to push my videos back up in the algorithm, start promoting them again. So, but overall, I'm feeling good doing these videos. As you can see, I feel kind of like back a little bit. So here's the division. I got to be honest. I mean, do you want to? By the way, Caleb Plant's returning. I'm going to do a video on that fight. I don't want to see Canelo versus Caleb Plant again. Who is Caleb Plant fighting again? I know Jamal Charlo's returning. And that's what will lead to a fight. Resendez. Oh, yeah, I've seen him fight. Okay, yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm not really interested in Canelo versus Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is the WBA interim, by the way. The WBA is a trash organization. And as you can see, for those who don't remember, the WBA was ordered to get rid of all of these extra bullshit belts they got. And guess what? They've been slowly bringing them back. For example, you got a regular champion, super champion, 175. You know, come the end of Gerald Big Baby Miller, Fabio Wardley, you're going to have 3 champions up there at heavyweight. Usyk, Kubrat Pulev, and the winner of Wardley versus Gerald Miller. You don't even know how Gerald Miller, you know, as you can see, multiple divisions. You know, they have 2 champions again, you know, and they're working on 3. So, but with the WBA, I don't see the WBA ordering Canelo to fight the interim champion. And also Canelo being the super champion. Super champions don't have mandatories. But as far as Christian Mbali, Diego Pacheco, Edgar Berlanga, Jaime Munguia, Bruno Soros, they're getting that rematch. That's on this undercard, isn't it? How about that? The division is solid, but no names that really, really stick out that I really want to see Canelo against. And I'm like, yo, I want to see that. I'm not high on Canelo versus Diego Pacheco. I'm not really high on seeing Canelo versus Christian Mbali. However, Mbali is better than Skull, that's for sure. I'm not high on seeing Canelo versus Beck the Bully. I guess if I was to choose, if he was to fight any of those young guys, Pacheco or Mbali, let me see. Who at 160? Pacheco, Mbali. Mbali, but Pacheco will sell better because of who he is, his heritage, Hispanic. And 175, as I said, I can see him going after Bivol. Really, I think he would just be saying Bivol name, but do you really believe that he wants Bivol? By the way, David Benavidez is now being linked to Colin Smith. That's going to be a really good fight. And that should be on the undercard of Canelo. No, not Canelo Skull. On Better BF Bivol 3. And then the winner, fights. But anyway, let me stop rambling on. Where's the undercard? Badou Jack is going to be taking on Noel McCallion, and Ryan Rozecki is out. That's going to be a really good fight. Jaime Munguia versus Bruno Soros. That rematch, remember, Munguia got his shit pushed in. Martin Bakole versus F.A. Ajagba, but this is a really good card. Despite the main event being some bullshit, this is there's some meaningful fight. Bakole versus Ajagba was going to be a fun fight. That's going to be good. Munguia is in a rematch that he must win. And then Badou Jack's returning to unify that champion in recess against Noel McCallion. Don King already put out that press release. And also, let me see if the Zone put out a price on this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be cheap. So you're getting Canelo fighting William Skull for less than $90. Canelo fights run at $90 these days. Let's go see. Sometimes the Zone crashes my PC, so I don't know. Even though I got a powerful PC, sometimes the Zone just kind of crashes out. Let's see. How much is this one? Do they got the prices up there yet? They're going to let me buy. Because I can't buy it yet. Hold on. Give me a minute. We're going somewhere with this. You can buy Fatal Fury. No, that's the Grand Arrivals. My bad. I'm all over the place. The fight's next week, the 26th. They don't even have it on here to buy. Canelo, can we buy you yet? Nope. Let me check real quick on Twitter to see what the price is so you guys can know. I think that's pretty important information. By the way, the fight's going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia. So Canelo, he's already over there, by the way. Canelo just got there. What was this, yesterday? It's the 15th right now. Skull price. And the tickets are extremely cheap, too. But getting over to Saudi Arabia is expensive. Like, that shit cost. That shit cost. The Legend William Skull doesn't say what the price is going to be. My gut is telling me it's going to be around $25 here in the States. Here we are. The get in the building is going to be $22, $21. But your flight, as I said, is going to be pretty crazy to get there. But as you can see, we're back. And I'm going to be doing a preview video on all of these main fights on here. Jack versus McCallion. Bakole versus F.A. Ajagba, Jaime Munguia versus Bruno Soros, and let me know what you guys think about me starting a Discord server where we can communicate and talk boxing throughout the day. You can give me your ideas on fights and news and scoops and what I should be covering. Really getting into the expansive mode, but I'm doing it, taking my time this time to make sure I don't overwhelm myself like I did 5 years ago. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. Here's my link to my social media. They're down below. in the description box. As you can see, this is my 4th video of today. And we're going to be back tomorrow. We got a big fight, some significant fights. I'm not going to say big, coming up this weekend. But I'm really interested in the Ben Whitaker, Liam Cameron 2 fight that's going to be on Sky Sports over in the States. And hopefully we'll get it here on Peacock if they're still doing that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy. Please drop a like. Let's get this algorithm moving.